to a guy like me. I was surprised how you could live this. Guess I couldn't see. Now I'm getting letters from Wyoming. Keep my TV on. I'm not going. Stay a little longer. I'll wake up when I'm stronger. I was gonna see you last December, but I couldn't come. Now it's getting harder to remember the days you were gone. Still I'm getting letters from Wyoming. You tell me how well things are going. Stay a little.
Yes, yes, yes. Everybody likes to hear yes, especially Piper. Yes, you can do this. You can do this. Tell yourself that. You can do it. And it doesn't matter how slow you go. It just matters that you're just doing it. And being here, showing up, is the first most important part. You're going to look back at this period in your life when you did your yoga, and you're going to be so glad that you never gave up. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is Piper. That's Bonnie. Dwayne's doing the cameras, and we are in our basement. Different change of venue, but it's all good, right? This is your practice that continues. It stays the same. The room may be different, but it's going to stay the same. The practice is the same. Today is our Strong Foundations practice. It's where we focus on strength and balance. And in addition to that, we're just going to have some fun. We always have some fun. It's an hour-long practice. Stay as long as you can. Maybe as long as you can stay is just 10 minutes through the warm-up. Our warm-up is consistent. It's pretty much the same thing every day, so you can memorize it and do it. You do it throughout your day. All right, strength and balance, also important. So stick with it. Every day the practices are different. If you want to check them out every day on Facebook and YouTube. You can also join our group. It's a little private group on Facebook. It's called Friends of 316 Yoga. And ask, and I'll admit you, and we share some fun articles. Okay, enough talk. The word to think about today is family. Family. Piper's moving the camera on me. Okay, the word to think about is family. Family is a group of related people who share a common interest, right? And that's what we are. We're a family of people who do yoga. No pretense, no silliness, just getting on our mats and moving. You're going to need some props for today's practice. An eye shade and a hand towel come in handy for final Shavasana. A couple of yoga blocks if you like them. There's the standard block. You usually buy them in a pair. You can also buy a lesser height block. It's like 2/3 of the height. You know, as you refine your practice and become more specific in what you do. Maybe you want to use a strap in your practice. I did a little bit of that during the timer countdown. You can use that if you want. And have some water. Let's go. Come on up to standing. You can be near a wall. You can have a chair. It's all good. As you come on up to standing, lock in a stress number in your head. What's going on? Lock that number in. Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, whatever it is. Let's do our familiar warm-up. All right, how do we start? A stand of confidence, feet spread wide, hands on your hips. Start to lift up onto the balls of your feet. Keep your heels behind your toes. So build some strength in your foundation here. And you know, we always say this. And there's a scroll in the beginning of the practice. There's a note at the bottom of the screen. If something hurts, it's just not right for you today. Every day is different. Every day you feel a little different. Make the yoga work for you, not the other way around. You don't have to strive to do a pose a particular way. You just want to feel good. How does this feel in your feet? Sometimes we roll like a little lacrosse ball under the feet. That feels nice too. Little self-massage. All right, so up and down on the balls of the feet, strengthening your foundation. Let's bring the heels down and lift the toes up and give them a little wiggle. They can move independently too. Plant your feet solidly, lift your arms high up to the sky. This is called an extended mountain pose. Now interlace your fingers, send your palms to the sky, and do a gentle palm tree pose. All this is doing is moving your spine laterally, sideways, stretching it out as you breathe. Breathe deeply. Take some big breaths in through your nose and sigh it out audibly through your mouth. Maybe take your stretches a little deeper, and if you're not real confident here, you could have a chair here. That helps with the balance. Breathe. Breathe. All right, just move. That's the big thing. Just move and the results will come. They'll take care of themselves. Don't worry about it. Just move. All right, gentle palm tree. Finish up. Let your hands come to your low back. Fingers can be down or up. Just try it a different way. Squeeze your elbows together. Take a little gentle back bend. Nothing huge. Oh, let it feel good. Push your hips more forward. Look up to the sky. Let it all go. Exhale, hinge forward. Hinge forward. Look down to your feet, your ankles, maybe to your knees or maybe to your belly button. Think of the crown of your head hanging toward the earth. Let your arms be loose too. Wiggle your knees. No stress here. Don't worry about how it looks. Just think about how it feels. That's what counts. Maybe your fingers are near the earth. Maybe they're nowhere near it. Don't sweat it. How does it feel? Think of your spine decompressing. Think of your neck relaxed. The heavy, heavy head. Our heads weigh between 8 and 12 pounds. That heavy head is hanging loose, allowing the neck to decompress. Shake it out. Move it. Move it any way you like. A circle, a figure 8. Just wiggle it. Finish up. Come back to stillness. Take a big breath in. And a big sighing breath out. Maybe fold it a little more forward. And on your inhale, sweep your arms on up. Come on back up to your extended mountain pose. Don't you feel better already? Let's do some arm circles. Get into the shoulders. Arm circles, nice and big, or maybe not so big at all. You're waking up your shoulders. Add in the knees. When the hands come down, let the knees come down. Knees straighten when the hands go up. Wake up the knees. First couple bends in the knees you really feel, don't you? But then, the more you do, the better it gets. Isn't that true about a lot of things? Take your arm circles in the other direction. Move your knees. If it's a little bit, it's good. If it's a lot, it's good. It is whatever it is, and embrace it and try. Just move. The results will come. Finish up. Come up to standing. Arms down by your sides. Eyes closed if you like. Start to sway from side to side. So you're challenging your balance with the eyes closed. Or open them up and do some eye yoga. Look over your shoulder. See how far you can look. But you got that nice controlled twist going on. So important. Your body's warming up to do all the things you gotta do today. Twisting to get in and out of the car, twisting as you run, twisting as you lift a big bag of dog food, whatever it is. By warming up, you're letting your body know that these movements are natural and you can do them, and you won't be shocked or get hurt. All right, finish up. Let's finish up here and let's do ragdoll pose. Okay, for ragdoll, you know this one. Hinge forward at the waist. Hi, Esther, Tammy, Stan, Liz, Linda, Sherry, Lynn, Sherry, Betty, Kelly, Margaret, Tim. I'll get the rest of you in a minute. Hinge forward. Toe heel your feet, hip width distance apart. That's 2 fists. Measure it. Put a little bend in your knees. Let your tailbone go up to the sky. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Look back to your knees or even up towards your belly button. Start to sway gently from side to side as you decompress your low back. This is your ragdoll pose. All right, this is our little warm-up sequence. We do this just about every day. And hopefully by now you've kind of got it memorized. So when you go on vacation or don't have access to your classes online, you can do the sequence on your own. It's your yoga. Make it work for you. All right, you're decompressing your low back. You're stretching it out. Finish up. Come back to hands at the midline. Release your fingers to the mat. Bend your knees. Come into child's pose. Child's pose your way, any way you like it. You can use a block to bring the ground up to you. If you don't want to use a block, that's fine too. Classic child's pose. Knees together, big toes touching. Hips back toward your heels. I didn't say sitting on them. If you can sit on them, great. If not, no big deal. Send your hips back towards your heels. Arms down by your sides. Palms face up. Using the block to bring the ground to you, you can rest your head so your neck is nice and long. Shoulders away from the ears, fingers reaching more toward the bottom of your mat. No block at all, that's fine too. Breathe, deep breaths. A variation is extended child's pose. To do that, your knees are spread wide, big toes still touch, bottom still goes back towards your heels. Block can be here under your forehead or no block at all. But this time, the big difference here with the knees spread and the arms reach to the top of the mat. Forehead down to the mat or the block. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let it all go. Lengthen through your spine. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Enjoy the deep bend in the knees and the stretch in the ankles. If you're in the extended child's pose like I am, with the arms reaching to the top of the room, feel the goodness in the shoulders. Engage what's called Ujjayi pranayama breath if you want to. Here's how you do it. Close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose only. In this practice, we are going to marry pretty much one breath to one movement. Inhale, lengthen. Think of that with every inhale. Exhale, release. Get deeper into the stretch. Inhales, lengthen. Exhales allow you to settle deeper into the posture. Little things like your teeth, are they touching? Unclench your jaws. Soften in your hips. Soften in your shoulders. You got this. Child's pose. Come back to it anytime you want. Maybe stay here. It's up to you. It's your practice. Let's take this into a sun salutation. To begin with, let's slide our hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Tuck your toes to your shins. Send your hips high. Come to a down dog. In a downward facing dog, make your body look like an inverted V. Feet hip-width distance apart. Heels slightly lifted. Hands shoulder-width distance apart. Neck, get it loose. Shake it out. Look back to your ankles. Maybe look back to your knees. Maybe look up towards your belly button. Hold it right here. Start to pedal out your heels. One toward the earth, then the other. One knee bends, other heel goes to the earth. And switch it out. Oh, that feels good in the back of the leg. Wake up your calves. Finish up. Walk your feet up to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. You decide what you want to do. You're hanging here looking at your knees. Slowly roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Keep your chin tucked to your chest. Rise on up with that inhale, stacking one vertebra at a time. Clink, clink, clink right on top of the other. Shoulders come up over your hips. Let your chin release from your chest. Last. Lengthen up here. Hands to prayer center. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. First words I said as we started the practice was yes, 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 I can. Yes, you can. You can do this practice. You are strong. Remember that. Keep telling yourself yes, yes, yes. Blink your eyes open. Sweep your arms up. Extended mountain. Lengthen up through your fingers and let's do a Chaturanga Dandasana. You decide how you want to do this. You could do it vertically against the wall if you like. Lengthen up through your fingers. Big exhale, hands through prayer center. Fold forward in half. Fingers reach toward the earth. And as you take your next inhale, hands come to your shins or wherever it takes to create a flat back. Crown of the head to the front of the room, tailbone to the back. Squeeze your shoulders together, lengthen up. Your back is nice and flat. Exhale, plant your hands, walk them forward. Let's do our first Chaturanga Dandasana. Step your feet back, hinge your body forward and take a high plank. Options, you could do this on your knees. Don't sweat it. There's a way to do it. There's always a way to do it. I'm going to take high plank to low plank. Bend the elbows, hover above the earth. Flip the tops of your feet on your mat as you inhale. Come to an upward facing dog. Remember, you can be on your knees. Chest shines forward. Let's take it back to down dog. Flip your feet so your feet are in a natural position. Hips go high, downward facing dog. Remember, feet are hip width distance apart. Heels slightly elevated. Neck is loose. Pedal your feet. Let it go. Let's flow through this a couple of times. Still your feet, tailbone high to the sky. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep on up. Extended mountain, reach. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat, ready for a cup of coffee to be placed right on it. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Walk them forward. Come to your knees if you want. Remember, shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, come to a low plank. Inhale, tops of your feet are on the mat. Chest shines forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high, pedal it out, adjust your body so it works for you. Finish up, still your feet. Walk your hands to meet your feet or the other way around. Inhale, arms sweep up, lengthen up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands come down to your mat. Take your high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tailbone high to the sky. Neck, shake it out. Still your feet. Walk your hands or feet to meet each other. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Whew. How you doing? Blood's flowing. It is all good. Whatever variation you took, good on you. Let's go into a sun B. To do that, you're in extended mountain now. Bend your knees and come into what's called chair pose. Lengthen through your arms and settle in to your feet. Shift your weight back into your heels. Sink your bottom even lower. Reach, reach, reach. Lift your toes up. Give them a wiggle. Inhale, lengthen through your fingertips. Exhale, sink a little lower. One more big inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Straighten the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, here's where it gets different. Kick your right foot high to the sky. As you exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Bring the foot in between the two front hands. Rise on up. Keep the bend in the knee. I'm going to turn the opposite way. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Let your foot come down. Both feet solidly planted on your mat. Right toes shine forward. Work your right thigh more parallel to the earth. Back foot is planted. Reach through your arms to each side of your room. Turn your head and look over your right middle finger. Sink low and hold here. Low body, act as if it were in cement. Don't move it. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, reach to your right fingers. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. As you do that, the right arm comes down. Check out your right knee. Keep it over the ankle and keep it nice and open. Right arm can push that thigh open. Left arm high to the sky. Look up, up, up to your left fingers. Hold here, reach through both fingers. Inhale, lengthen. Woo! Breathe. Reach this top left arm more to the front of the room. Root into your feet, chin away from the chest. Breathe. Take a reverse warrior as you inhale. Come on up. Left arm comes down, right arm goes up, up, up to the sky. Low body's in cement, it's not going anywhere. Right arm reaches high. Inhale, lengthen up even higher. Reach to the back of your room. When you're ready, exhale, cartwheel your arms. That sounds fun. Surround your right front foot. Send the right foot back to meet the left. Chaturanga Dandasana. Remember, you can take it on your knees. High plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg, kick it high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through. In between the two front hands for a low lunge. Rise on up, back foot plants. Left foot shines forward, arms tee out. You sink down. Get your thigh more parallel to the earth. Wiggle the toes to the top of the mat. Arms are stretched out. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, settle in a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look towards your left hand. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach to the front of the room. Tick-tock your arms 6 and 12. Push the knee open over the ankle. Fingers reach. Right arm reaches to the top front of your room. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm high to the sky. Reach higher to the sky. Look up, use your neck, you got it. Reach to the back of your room a little bit more. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands come down. Left foot meets right. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high. Pedal it out. All right, you know that. Let's do it again. When you're ready, walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up, extended mountain. Bend in your knees, chair pose. Lengthen, sit lower. Lengthen on the inhale, sink down on the exhale. One more, lengthen. Exhale, hands to prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat. Exhale, walk your hands out. Chaturanga Dandasana. You can skip it and just come back to down dog. That's fine too. High plank to low plank if you want. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. My right leg, I can't get it through. Left leg goes fine, right leg not so much so, but I modify. Rise on up, back foot plants, arms tee out, right knee over ankle, lengthen up. Look to your right fingers, exhale, reach. Then tick-tock. Lengthen up, both arms, reaching to the earth, to the sky. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Exhale, cartwheel the arms, surround the foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Chaturanga, Dandasana, high plank, low plank. Push into the arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, hips are high. Breathe, maybe a pedal or two. Exhale, left leg kicks high. Sweep it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise on up, warrior two. Legs solidly planted, big bend in that front knee. Arms tee out, lengthen up. Exhale, look left. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Look up, maybe reach forward. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm high. Breathe, lengthen, strengthen. You're strong. You got it. Maybe reach to the back of the room if you like. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. And finish. Bear plank or crouching tiger. Goes by several names. Bend your knees. Hinge the weight forward. Wrists under shoulders. Knees hovering slightly above the earth because you're strong. You got it. Push the earth away and finish. Come down to your knees. Grab a drink and we'll do some other core stuff. How are you doing? You're strong. breathe. All right, sun A, sun B. Planks, we did a lot of them. And those chaturangas, or planks, kind of snuck in there, aren't they? But we do planks most every day for about a minute. So other days of the week, check us out. It helps you build the strength to do your chaturangas. All right, come on down. Come to your bottom. You can bring your strap up near your shoulders if you want to use it for both. I'm not going to use it today. Tuesdays we usually don't, and Saturdays we don't. All right, bend your knees. Soles of your feet touch. Hands like your feet in prayer. Lengthen up through your spine. That inhale, lengthening up, is so important. It creates space. Exhale, come on down. Fully reclined. Try to come down and avoid the clunk at the end. That's a feat in and of itself, right? Maybe hike your feet up a little closer to your groin. Take your hands lightly to your temples or lightly at your ears. You just don't want to put them behind your neck and strain your neck. You're going to lift little teeny sit-ups with your chin going up to the sky. Lift on the exhale, down on the inhale. Lift on the exhale to create space in your belly. Then down, up and down. Down and up, knees open wide, elbows open wide. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Strong core, feel the strength in your belly. You've got it. Let's finish. Shoulders come down, knees meet at the midline. Lift your legs on up, even that's your strong core working for you, right? Knees over your hips. Shins parallel to the earth. How does that feel? If you don't like it in your low back, bring the soles of your feet down and just work the upper body. With the legs in this position, I am going to peel my upper body up, bringing the left elbow toward the right knee that I'm hugging in even more and extending the left leg. And then alternate. Opposite elbow toward opposite knee while the other leg extends. That's your bicycle pose. Don't like the shoulders peeled up? You can keep them down and just ride a recumbent bicycle. It's all good. It's all good, right? Let's straighten the legs, perhaps, and scissor kick them. There's another variation of your bicycle pose. Finish up, send your legs long, send your arms high overhead. It just feels right now. Bring the palms together, reach through the fingers, point through the toes. Find length here in your stick pose. Time for boat. All right, if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, chances are your doctor will say don't do boat. Check with him or her. Bend your knees, take your hands behind your thighs, low on the hamstrings, right behind the knees. Knees are bent, elbows hugged in. Maybe rock and roll a couple of times on up. Kind of fun. Make it fun. Have some fun. Breathe. Rock. And let's come on up to seated. Rock on up to seated. And remember, if you want to use your strap, you can place the center of your strap under your feet and hold on like reins of a horse. All right. One foot can be lifted or the other. Lean on back like you're in a beach chair. Lift through the chest. Back is flat and straight. Maybe straighten one leg and or the other. Breathe here. Here comes a challenge. Remove the hands. Let the hands be free. Let the arms reach parallel to each other like they do in a chair pose. Breathe. Hold here. Maybe lift the arms on up. Woo, feel the momentum change. Oh my goodness. Hold it here. Maybe a little bend back in the knees. Hands to prayer center. Row the boat. One elbow touches down, then the other. Row, row, row your boat. Feet can come down too if you want. You decide. Let's finish. Come back to prayer center. Hug the knees in. Soles of the feet on the mat. Hug your heels in. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Hollow out your belly. Inhale, lengthen. Whew. Exhale. Bring your forehead, your knees. Maybe. I think this one's kind of fun. Cosmic egg. Take the weight up onto the toes. Take the weight out of the feet and find balance here. Yoga is the union of body, mind, and soul. So think about everything just coming together. And in this moment, all you can think about is balance, right? And it's all good. Challenge yourself. Plant your feet onto your mat. Let's go into our lunge series. All right, crisscross at the ankles, press into your hands. Come on back to a downward facing dog. You know this so well. Feel the spine, decompress here. Shake the neck, loosen it up. Pedal your feet, let it feel good. Still your feet. Right leg, kick it high to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. This time, all 10 toes are pointing to the short side of your mat. Bend into your knees. Back heel is lifted. Right foot is solidly planted. Bend into your knees. Right thigh parallel to the earth. Maybe that back knee, you bring it all the way down. Nobody's looking. The fact you're on your mat's what counts. All right, I'm gonna pop it on up and hold it here in my high lunge. Arms high up to the sky, parallel to each other. Here's the lunge. Take a back bend. Hands back up toward the sky. Sink that knee a little bit lower. Hold on here. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Let's take a twist. Right leg is forward, so left elbow. Put the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Stack your hands, stack your elbows. Ooh, my right foot is wiggling. Bring the left knee down a little closer to the earth. Look at your right toes as you inhale. And then exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Look to your hands, look to your elbow, look over your shoulder. Hold it here. Breathe and finish. Slowly come back, hands to prayer center. Back knee comes down if it's not already there. Find a block. Bring the block to the top of your mat. Right toes wiggle to the top of the mat as we come into a runner's lunge. Right toes wiggle forward, hands come inside the right front foot. Left leg, send it long on your mat. Maybe slip a towel under your knee. Plantar flexion, top of the left foot on your mat. Press into the earth. Maybe right foot, you open it up onto the pinky edge side. Here's where you could use a block. Slide the block on under your hands. Maybe that feels good. You decide. Maybe slip your forearms down to the block. Lengthen through your spine and breathe here. Maybe you want to go all the way down to the ground, but you say, oh, that's a little too much. That's where a half block comes in. Maybe slip that under your forearms. Breathe here in your runner's lunge. Open up the hips. Let's take it now to a side plank. Press into your hands. Right foot goes back to meet the left. You can stay on your bottom knee. Left arm, shoulder over the wrist. Legs can go long, or you can have that bottom knee bent. Right arm goes up to the sky. Balance here, look up to your fingers. If you don't like stacking the ankles, kickstand them a little bit. Find your balance, and then finish. Come back to your down dog. Pedal it out. Breathe. Still your heels. Left leg. Kick it high to the sky. Sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise on up on this side. Same thing, just the different leg is forward. Come on up, up, up. Arms go up to the sky. Where are your knees? Maybe bend the back knee a little bit more. That ground seems so far away. Breathe. Maybe come all the way down to the knee as you feel the big stretch in your hip flexors. Lengthen up. Exhale. Hands to prayer center. I changed my mind. Put your arms back up to the sky. Got to do a back bend here too. Reach to the back of the room. Want to even out. Exhale. Hands to prayer center. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked. Elbows are stacked. Lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. How far can you take it? Breathe. Slowly, let's finish up. Bring your hands back to prayer center. Let's do a side plank. After we do our runner's lunge, let your left toes wiggle forward. Send the right leg long on your mat. Reintroduce your block if you like. Press into the block and stay right here. Maybe open up the left foot onto the pinky toe side. Press into the earth, press into the block. However you like it. Slip the forearms down to the block or to the mat. Lengthen, breathe. Don't stress over it. You got this. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, breathe. When you're ready, press into your hands. Left foot goes back to meet the right. This time, our right arm is our foundation for a side plank here. Get set up. Shoulder over wrist. Knee can be down. Left leg extends. Come into your side plank. Take it to its fullest measure if you like. Reach, look up to your fingers, hold. You got it. How are you doing? Let's finish. Hand comes down, hips go high up to the sky in your downward facing dog. Pedal it out, breathe, shake your neck. Let's do some balancing. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Arms sweep up, extended mountain. Big breath in, big breath out. Hands to prayer center. Let's do tree. Root in to your left leg. Weight out of the right. Open up the knee to the side of the room. The sole of the foot can go wherever you want it to be. Maybe you keep it down on the ground and you got a chair here. Perhaps you slip the foot up onto the calf. Maybe you bring it even higher. Just skip over the knee. You don't want to put sideways pressure on your knee. Press the foot into the leg, then press the leg back into the foot. Check out your hips. Make sure they're equidistant to the front of the room. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen out. You got it. Stay right here if you like. Remember that chair is a friend. You can grow your branches, your arms. Spread your fingers wide. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe today you challenge your balance by trying to take a long blink. Hands back to prayer center. Knee guides to the front of the room. Exhale, plant the foot down. Inhale, lengthen up, back at the midline. Exhale, root into the right foot. Left foot opens up to the side. Remember the chair is a handy prop. Slip it on up to wherever speaks to you today. Breathe. Maybe the hands stay right here. Your shoulders are strong and solid over your hips. You are rooted into your foot. You are strong. You're not going anywhere, like a strong tree. But what do strong trees do? They sway their branches to stay firmly rooted. They go with the flow, right? So move your arms. Challenge your balance a little bit. Embrace all those little micro wiggles in your feet that are keeping you standing. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Close your eyes for a second or two, and if you fall out, no big deal. Get right back in. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the left foot next to the right. Take a big breath in with the eyes closed. And a big firm breath out. You got it going on. All right. Let's do a one-legged mountain. Arms lift high to the sky. Right thigh lifts, knee in line with the hip. Here's your one-legged mountain pose. Breathe here, hold here, you got it. When you're ready, take a big step out with your right leg. Send the weight into your right leg. Parallel arms, reach forward as you come into a warrior three. Reach through your arms. If you don't feel real comfortable here, having everything spread out, bring your hands to your hips for a little more confidence in the balance. Shift the weight into the right leg, knee over ankle. Left leg, start to lift it up as high as is right for you. Maybe bring the leg parallel to the earth. Maybe arms reach long to the top of your mat. There's your warrior three. Now sweep your arms back. Here's a variation of it. Palms face down, spread fingers wide, reach. Breathe, keep your balance. If you fall out, no big deal, get right back in. Sweep your arms forward. The transition is the hard part here, I think. Parallel arms, reach. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Left foot meets right. Whew! Good balancing. You did it. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Extended mountain arms, reach. One-legged mountain, leg lifts. Knee to hip height. Drive through that left heel, almost like Tai Chi. Bring the heel down. When you're ready, send the arms forward or to your hips as you send the weight into your left leg. Hinge forward, lift the back leg up, breathe. The right hip is equidistant to the left, to the mat. Reach through your fingers, reach through your feet. Foot, maybe hands to the hips. That feels fine. Maybe lift the leg a little higher. Arms are reaching forward, now sweep them back. Palms face down, fingers spread wide. Find your balance here. It's just different. Sweep the arms forward. Transition is the hard part. Think about it. Breathe. You got it. Reach. Hands to prayer center. Right foot meets left. Come back up to standing. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Eagle pose, Garandasana. Major compression of all your joints. Feels really good, especially when you finish. Take it in layers. Let's begin. Bend in the knees. Bend in the knees. Shift the weight back a little bit, but keep your chest and your vision forward. Arms parallel to each other, or keep them on your hips. Crisscross them and have hands on opposite shoulders, or keep them in a prayer position. I'm gonna have my arms parallel to each other. I'm gonna sweep my right arm under my left, bringing my palms to touch, squeezing my elbows down, looking over my fingers. Gaze is still forward, not down at your mat. Breathe. Now, you can incorporate the legs. Maybe lift the right leg up, cross over the left, hug high in your upper inner thighs, top of the right foot, maybe it comes behind your left calf. Sink lower and squeeze all that you got. Elbows down, sink down. Feel the compression everywhere, right? Hold on. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right back in. When you're ready, finish. Right foot meets left. Let the arms uncurl. Reach high to the sky. Take a back bend. Arms back up to the sky. Exhale into your chair pose. Bend knees. Arms, put them in the position that you like best. Reach. Sink lower in your heels. Sink low. Hold it here. This time, I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right, bringing the palms to touch. Elbows squeeze down. Ooh, feel that in your upper back. Root into the right foot this time. Left leg lifts. Maybe you cross it. Maybe the left foot. You hook behind the right calf. Shoulders back. Squeeze everything down really tight. Squeeze it as tight as you can. And then finish. Left foot meets right. Arms sweep up. Little back bend. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Fold forward as you exhale. Let it go. Inhale, arms sweep up. Let's do dancer pose. For your dancer pose, arms are lifted high. Right arm, sweep it around and around and around to the back of the room. But don't forget this right arm. Make it reach high. Root into your left foot. Weight out of your right. Reach back. Hand captures the inside of the right foot. Now your knees are going to be apart. Bring them back together. Lengthen up through those left fingers. Maybe stay right here. If you want to take it further, kick into your back hand. As you kick into your back hand, your left arm reaches forward. It's a counterbalance. Kick toward the back paw. Kick up to the sky. Breathe, and then finish. Right foot meets the earth. Both arms go up, little back bend. Both arms go back up to the sky. Root equally into both feet. Left arm starts to circle. Circle, circle, circle to the back of the room. Root into the right foot, weight out of the left. Left hand, all 5 fingers, captures inside the left foot. Re-lengthen up through your right fingers, knees together. Stay right here if you like. Begin to hinge forward as you kick into your back hand. Root firmly into your foot, reach, kick back, kick up, you got it. Finish, left foot meets right. Hands come to first center. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Open your eyes if you closed them. Spread your legs wide on your mat. Pinky toes toward the short sides of your mat. Let's do Pasarita Padahastasana. So tee out your arms, palms face down. Lengthen up through your chest. Drop your shoulders into the shoulder blades, ears away from the shoulders. Lengthen up, and as you exhale, hinge forward. Keep your arms reaching, reaching, reaching. When you get to a flat back, remember, reach to the crown of your head. Hands, bring them to your calves. Gaze back between your legs. Elbows hugged in towards your knees. You're holding onto your calves. You're strong. Shake your neck. Whew. Find space in your hips. Finish up. Still your neck. Tee out your arms. Rise on up like the strong being you are. Nice job. Hands to prayer center. Bring your heels in a little bit. Time for horse. Slide your back down the back wall as your knees bend, the outside of your knees toward the back of the room. All right, horse pose. Hands at prayer center, like you're riding a big old horse, right? Pop on up onto the balls of your feet. Hold it here and sink a little lower. Just hold it here if you like. Start to alternate heel touchdowns. Come up high on one set of toes, then the other. I shake so much in this one. Maybe you do too. But it's all right. Nothing hurts. Not real comfortable, but I'm not in pain. Finish up, come on up higher on the toes, sink a little bit lower. Always distinguish between pain and discomfort. Maybe a little bit of pulses here, high on the toes. Let's finish. Heels come down, arms go high, big capital letter X. Wiggle your hips. Hands to prayer center. One foot, bring it to meet the other. Hinge forward at your hips, fingers toward the earth, gaze to your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulders back. Yeah, we're gonna do Chaturanga Dandasana. All right, walk your hands forward. Come to a high plank. High plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. You're on the tops of your feet. Exhale, flip your feet naturally. Hips go high, down dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Time for half pigeon, Ekapada Rajakapatasana. Bend the right knee, bring it behind your right wrist. Left leg goes long on your mat, maybe a towel under your knee. Right shin, slide it a little more parallel to the top of the mat. You don't have to. Doesn't feel right for everybody. You figure out what works for you. Perhaps you take a block, slip it under your right glutes. That'll keep you honest. It'll keep both hips equidistant to the mat. You can stay right here, gaze down your nose, if you want to feel a nice stretch in your backside. Maybe slip on down to your forearms, head to your hands, soften in the shoulders, lengthen through the back toes. Imagine somebody pulling your ankle gently toward the bottom of your mat, and hold right here as you find space in your hips. When you're ready, straighten the arms. We don't stay here very long. Pretty much one breath, one pose. Sundays and Thursdays, we do this pose, but we hold it for a much longer period of time. Remove the block. Look down your nose. Tuck your back toes. Send the right foot back to meet the left. Shake it out in a three-legged down dog. Right foot meets left on the mat. You're in a down dog. Shake your head. Tailbone high to the sky. Half pigeon on the other side. Left leg kicks high. Exhale. Bring the knee behind the wrist. Right leg slides long on your mat. Get the shin of the left leg more parallel to the top of the mat. Inhale, find length. Exhale, find your depth. Maybe you stay right where you are. Maybe you introduce that block. You come down to whatever your body needs. That's the ticket. You know your body best. Lengthen up through the spine, soften up through the shoulders as you exhale. Big breath in. As you exhale, send that breath to that hip. Let the tension in the hip go. A lot of what you're holding on to is mental in the hips. Let it go. When you're ready, come on out of it. Press into your hands. Tuck your back foot under. Left leg goes high. Shake it out. Come back to your down dog. Tailbone high. Neck is loose. Shake it. Hinge forward. High plank. High plank. Hold it for a second because you can. Slowly bend your elbows and lower down to a low plank. Hover for a second or two. Then come all the way down to your belly. Hands are underneath your collar. Hug your elbows in and zip your legs up. Let go. Bhujangasana. Head and how's that? All right, how's that? You got that? All right, press your hands into the mat. Lengthen up. Lift your chest a little higher. pressing the tops of your feet into your mat. Breathe, hold, you got it. Let's finish. Come on down. Turn your head so your left cheek is on your mat, your left ear is on your mat, and your arms are down by your sides. Breathe. When you're ready, head back to the center of the mat. Take your feet and bend your knees. Take your hands, reach around, capture your feet, wiggle your knees back to the midline. Kick into your hands, shoulders open up and peel up. Peel up, come on up, kick harder into your hands, balance on your pelvis and finish. Come on down, low pose. Bring your arms down by your side, turn your head in the other direction. Right cheek, right ear on the mat. Breathe. Come back, chin to the center of the mat. Hands under your collarbones like you did for Cobra. Straighten your elbows, come on up to seal. Soften in your glutes, find space in your hips. Come on up to standing on your knees. Place a block between your ankles. Place it at its high height. When you're ready, hands to your low back. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Camel pose, but you take this as far as is right for you. Not a little bit, not any further. Press your hips more forward. I kind of want to just stay there. Press your hips more forward. Look up to the sky. Look up to perhaps right overhead. Hips go forward, gaze goes up. If you're comfortable looking overhead, maybe you can bring your gaze back farther. Maybe you can reach for this block. Maybe you can reach for your heels. Perhaps you look back to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the back of your room. Hands go back to your hips before you come up. Then come up, shoulders over your hips. Remove your block, have a seat on your heels in thunderbolt pose. Close your eyes. I'm going to take a drink and just breathe here. Kind of makes you loopy, a little dizzy. All right. They're crashed out, aren't they? All right, let's go into bridge pose. Bring your legs around to the front. Bend your knees, come on back to fully reclined. Feet solidly planted on the mat, knees in line with your hips, knees right over your ankles, arms down by your sides. Push into your strong feet, lift on up. Feel the nice stretch in the front of your hips. Wiggle your shoulder blades together toward the spine. Feel like you can get a whole 10 feet higher in the hips. Take your hands, interlace your fingers, and push your pinkies into the mat. That's kind of awkward. Press, lift. Finish. Arms come down by your side. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. Send your legs long. Come on up to seated. Use your hands or not. It's up to you. Legs are long, toes high to the sky, arms lift. Exhale, reach to the front of your room. Reach, reach, reach. You're still looking forward. Think of driving your chest to the front of your room. Take your hands, reach down and capture what you can capture, and then fold forward. Bringing your gaze to your knees, or maybe your gaze to your belly button. Come on up, shoulders over hips. Spread your legs wide. Reach your hands forward, and let it go. Bring your shoulders on back up over your hips. Legs come back together. Bring your eye shade or your towel up to the top of your mat. Come down to fully reclined. Left leg long on your mat. Drive through the left heel. Right knee bends. Interlaced fingers hug under your right knee. Hug it in. Circle the ankle in both directions of the right leg. Supine twist. Left knee, right knee. Guide it with your left hand across the midline of your body and roll onto your left hip. Right arm tees out and your gaze goes right. Shoulder is soft. Finish. Hips come down, gaze goes up to the sky. Hug the right knee in one more time. Good and tight, you got it. Right leg now releases long. Drive through the right heel to the bottom of the mat. Left knee bends, interlaced fingers help hug the left knee in. Right hand guides the left knee as you exhale and roll onto the right hip. Knee, encourage it toward the earth. Doesn't have to touch, just bring it on over. Turn your gaze, turn your neck toward the left side. Tee out your left arm, keeping your left shoulder down. Breathe. Inhale, bring the gaze back up and the left hip down. Hug the left knee in, you got it. Left leg goes long on your mat. It's time to bend both knees. Dragging the heels up, drag them up nice and slowly as if they're going through mud or sand or molasses, something good. Bring them on up. Knees toward the chest. Hug the left knee into the left armpit. Right knee into the right armpit. It's happy baby time. Rock a little bit from side to side. Maybe draw little circles with your knees on the ceiling. Take the circles in both directions. Feels good on the low back. Perhaps capture inside your calves or even your heels. Knees driven toward the armpits. Extend one leg high to the sky and then bend it and send the other one high to the sky. And then back and forth like a happy little baby in its crib. Breathe. Finish up, both legs high to the sky. Open up both legs nice and wide. Open them up, letting the pinky toes come toward the earth. Open the legs up wide. Maybe take your hands to your thighs and add some weight there to open up a little bit more. And then finish. Knees meet, knees bend, feet come down, legs go long. Find your eye shade, cover your eyes, and come into final Shavasana. All right, spread your legs a little bit so like your heels are toward the end of your mat. Arms are long, shoulders are away from your ears. In fact, wiggle your shoulders a little bit to let them have contact with the earth and be away from your ears. Palms face up. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Soften all your facial expressions to include letting your jaws relax, letting your tongue relax. All that's going on now in this body, no thoughts, just the belly rising and falling as your focus is just on your deep breaths. Breath in, and deep breath out. Breath in, and a deep, slow breath out. If you can stay longer, grab your mute button and just mute your television and enjoy your Shavasana pose a little bit longer. If it's time for you to conclude your hour, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Just appreciate all that they do for you. Move that motion up into your hands and your feet, and then into your wrists and your ankles. Circle them out in all different directions. On an inhale, reach high overhead. Point your toes and take a big good morning stretch as if this were the first stretch you do in the morning before getting out of bed. And as you exhale, bend your knees and your elbows and roll onto one hip or the other and come into a fetal position. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Top shoulder relaxes. Eyes are closed. Savor this moment right here. Deep breath in and deep breath out. As you're ready, however you like to come on up. Maybe use the hands or not. Maybe keep the eyes closed or open, you decide. Press on up and come to a comfortable seated position, whatever is comfortable for you. Hands to prayer center. Feel the warmth in your hands. You generated a lot of heat. Press your thumbs into your chest. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Take a big inhale that starts at the base of your spine. Feel the breath invigorate you as it goes up, up, up through the crown of your head. Embrace that little pause between inhale and exhale. And then let it all go. Retrace the path of breath, softening the shoulders as you exhale and rooting into the strong foundation of the earth beneath you. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. Yes, 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 you can. And yes, 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 you did. You did it. Whatever you did is absolutely perfectly awesome and wonderful. We took a stress number in the beginning. What was it then? But more importantly, what is it now? This is kind of fun. The other day when I was rewatching our class, I did a scrub on the bottom. You know how you can do that and you have a little thumbnail that shows you the movements? Look at all the movements you do. Just scrub through the entire hour and look at how much you've moved your body. So your yoga really does a lot for you. All right, join our group, Friends of 316 Yoga. It's a private group on Facebook. Ask to be admitted. I'll let you in there. And today, I'm going to look and see, you tell me what you guys want to do in that group, Friends of 316 Yoga. Tell me what you want to do in tomorrow's practice. What's ailing you? What do you want to work on? What's a pose you really like? Let me know by the end of the day, and I'll incorporate it in tomorrow's class, and I'll compliment you and thank you for suggesting it. Have a good day, everybody. See you on your mats tomorrow. Goodbye. Love you guys. And I love you too. Bye. New Year's resolutions suck, but your yoga doesn't, as is evidenced by the fact you're still here. I hope you're liking your yoga. Let me know what you like and what you don't like, and we'll customize the yoga just for you. And while you're at it, tell your friends about your yoga. Tell them what we do here at 316. If they'd like to join us, they can join in from the privacy of their own home. Our yoga is free. It's free for anybody and everybody because I want everybody to make 2023 their best year yet. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can check out our website. It's www.316yoga.com. So come to your mat, forget the resolutions, just show up and have